Hey everyone, this is Rob from Combat Self-Defense, and welcome to part 3 of our series on Judo. As always, I have with me... You okay?
Fine. He's not.
Alright Brad, so welcome back. We got 3 more throws to do today, so let's get started. What's our first one?
Well, as I promised, this is going to be our roughest week. It's going to be starting mean and ending mean.
Perfect.
So we've already worked with Ogoshi. This is going to be our first throw, but this is going to be coming from a headlock as a defensive maneuver, because a lot of times people ask what they're going to do in that situation, which is a good question.
Right.
So as it starts off, they're just swinging and stuff, but we end up here by accident.
Right.
And he's punching me in the face, which is not an ideal position to be in.
Right.
And he thinks he's winning right here, but he's not. There's a lot of swinging going on, and everyone's trying to control something, and in a moment here, fists are going to start flying.
Right.
And this is where they get locked up with what am I going to do next? And so, staying calm, getting my hip in front of this hip, and then doing a twist makes Ogoshi just appear.
Right. So all you're really doing is just going from front straight on at the camera and just barely turning 45 with me across you.
With you across me, changing where your hips and your power point is going to be where you get to control their balance.
I can already hear people asking about it. How are you not throwing out your back, lifting me, and throwing me to the ground?
I'm not lifting anybody. Most judo throws have nothing to do with lifting at all.
Okay.
It's about taking them out. This person, when you have the headlock on me, your center of gravity is right there.
Right.
And mine's right here. Once I step here, and then I just start leaning forward, and I rotate my chest, I didn't pick anything up.
Right, I just fall around the hip. So footwork-wise on this, without the headlock, what am I doing?
You're going to step across his center line and lean him onto you, then rotate.
Okay. So it's not as complicated as people might think it is. It's just here, hip pop. Cool.
Hip twist.
Hip twist.
Pop's going to have us pushing him up. We don't have to lift him up at all.
Okay. So one more time, we're like here, and I'm starting to punch, and I get you here, and I'm jerking you around, and then you, boom. Nice.
You just grab a bunch of me.
Right.
So that you punch in.
So up here, bang. And this is ideal, if I can come here and...
Yeah. That makes it even easier.
Yeah. And then I'm noticing when you had the double grip, you know, you're here and I'm fully here, as long as I'm not passing out, I can grab onto something. And that works just as well. Obviously, the wrist is ideal, but I gotta grab something.
Grabbing something because you're gonna get that twist in. But there's another piece of this. Okay, so I'm headlocking you.
Okay.
And since I know the counter, I'm gonna counter the counter.
You're gonna what?
Well, so you step in front and do the counter.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna step in front and do the counter.
Whoa! And that's why you have the black belt.
Counter to the counter to the counter.
But so that means there's really no, it's not a Kobayashi Maru. There's no no-win situation if you know what you're doing.
Just as in BJJ, you can have all of it or you can have none of it. Just that fast.
So that was Ogoshi off of a headlock.
Right.
And throw number 2 is?
Well, going along the same themes, this is going to be an attack situation that we want to definitely attack to get out of.
Okay.
This is head and arm kind of a choke. It's sort of got a Japanese name. We're kind of calling it Koshi, guruma, makikomi.
Koshi, guruma, makikomi.
And the choke is the nice part. Even though it has a throw in it, this is the first time we've actually had a choke in here. And so you can still throw softly, throw very difficult, or just walk them out. That's why it's sort of a nice bouncer move.
Okay.
So the situation is here. Normally they're throwing this haymaker punch again that you're hoping for. And instead of blocking it or anything, we're just going to tap it to the side and then come in here, take them out.
Nice.
Or they might be pointing their finger at you.
I'm coming, doing that one.
You don't tell me what to do.
Right.
And there's just a slight tap here where you can dodge it, but they're gonna see it. A little tap right there gets you right past for this nice.
So you're not even really doing head movement there, you're kind of just sneaking by.
The stance is to drop this way. My head drops and moves just by picking my foot up and falling. But I definitely don't want to bump into anything.
Right. And because I'm not attacking you here, I'm just doing this one. You don't even have to worry about a sneak shot coming in.
Yeah.
You're being the ninja here. That's ninjutsu, not judo.
That is ninjutsu, avoiding everything. I'm going to the side and I'm taking away his only weapon from that side before he even knows anything's going on.
That's perfect.
Distractions are always nice, but this is more of a soft tap here into this.
Wow.
Now that was a soft throw version of it. It gets mean all the way through
Right.
that. Again, their hand is out, whichever one, and or they're punching, and you tap it just gently so you can slip by it.
Right.
Just keep your hand on it and slip it by your own ear. Now we're there. Now right here, I've got chokes. I can hold him and choke him before he hits the ground. I can actually take him straight to the ground with a nice hip toss.
Another Ogoshi.
Yeah.
But that you're going into a rear naked choke, right?
No.
Oh.
It's a figure 4 choke.
Okay.
Right. There's a rear naked choke.
Mm-hmm.
But with an arm in here, it's different. So it's sort of a triangle choke, and then from the side, we're trying to push this deltoid into this, and then we want to use our forearm on this. We end up pushing their head into it.
That's not comfortable at all. Like even while you're demonstrating, I'm like, I think I might pass out.
I think I might pass out.
I think that's something people don't talk about a lot. I mean, I'm guilty of it as well with these videos. We talk about someone throws a straight punch and you go in for that there, or they do the wild haymaker, or we talk about maybe they're just holding a hand out here. But I think people don't talk about that little pop. That's a super effective thing to do, especially as a bouncer. Just a quick, while I'm here like this, boom, pop. Because they don't expect it. They expect you to do the big swing or something big, but that little slap does a lot.
Slap. It's quick, and it works. It's one of the secrets of martial arts. There's a lot of little moves in there where you just kind of get 5 or 10% and really capitalize on the ground you gain.
But that's not too different than, for me, for striking, we're here like this and you feed me a straight right, boom, there, right? Or I come over the top, overhand. It's not really that different. The only difference is now that we're feeding this here. All right, so throw number 2 was Koshi, guruma, makikomi.
Yeah.
Throw number 3 was actually a request of mine. The UFC is super popular now. I think just about everyone knows how to throw a roundhouse kick. Used to be back in the day, you wouldn't really have to worry about a kick in a violent altercation. Nowadays, they're becoming more and more common. And even if they're not, we're all doing proper sparring. We're all doing full contact sparring. So you could do this in sparring.
It's good to know it. It helps you kind of keep judo and kicks and stuff in your repertoire.
Right.
You want to keep it fresh.
So we're going to be doing a judo throw off of a kick, a roundhouse kick.
Actually, we've already covered that. Last week it was Onigiri. But let's talk a little bit more rough this time about this. Now I've got a piece of him, and the Kazushi isn't so necessary because he's just one toenail from this cliff. And so, sweeping, I can slam that down, I can ride with him, I can kick that leg out mean and flip him up on his head.
Evolution did kind of screw us because we're bipedal creatures. 4-legged animals, they're pretty much always in balance. Even if they take one hand off, they're still pretty hard to knock over. Us, we're fighting a war against gravity every single time we take a step because I'm always balancing on one leg. So if I am dumb enough to throw a kick at a judoka who knows how to grab kicks, he's got everything he wants from here.
And all I need is one piece. His face, this hand, chest, shirt, whatever. I'm coming up in here, and I'm gonna sweep that leg. That's me again dropping you on your head. If I pull up on this flag, more head.
Right. I can't tell you how scary it is having someone holding your leg up above you, and you're just like, oh man, I made a mistake. But that being said, I think a lot of people are afraid to grab kicks. I think there's just that inherent fear of like, a kick is so much more dangerous than a punch, but it's not really, if you know what you're doing.
The kick's only dangerous in that area.
Right.
Over here it doesn't hurt, and back there it doesn't hurt.
Right.
So, if you've been teaching them how to do the kicks, they just need to take one step forward or back, and they can grab this thing.
Right.
And it's going to come very telegraphed.
Boom. I'm gonna feel something. I don't have pads on, so I'm gonna feel something on my ribs. I'd rather feel here, intercepting it, or at the end of the kick, once he's extended past what he's wanting to strike. What I don't want to do is stand here, do the Jean-Claude Van Damme, again, because one of those is gonna take me out. So if you're gonna grab kicks, you wanna cut into them, take something off of them. But it's not something I recommend. You gotta get in the dojo and practice it.
It takes quick reflexes to get ahead of that kick. This is probably like a sloppy kick that you ended up holding on to because you're in a coat, he's wearing jeans.
Right. That's actually, with my self-defense students, I find that happens more often than not, where they just don't know how to throw kicks. They'll just kind of put that, I'll give it to you. They don't know how to throw kicks, they kind of just put their leg out, and then they're holding on to it, and they're like, I don't even know what to do. but you know
Yeah.
what to do.
Sweep the leg. No mercy.
There we go, guys. There are another 3 judo throws that you can use for personal protection or on the job. Brad, as always, I'm glad you made it out here. How do you feel about these throws?
I'm liking them. I'm glad that we got these extra 3 put in. They're very important.
Yeah, I would say these probably deviate the most from traditional judo throws, but I think they're also the most judo-looking throws that we've done in this series.
They are. I mean, a lot of the other judo throws start getting into technicalities and stuff, but these are not only applicable, but they've all been modified a little bit to be more, applicable.
Yeah, so anybody who says that judo doesn't work in the streets, throw them on their head, because I think we proved in the last couple weeks that you can modify anything to make everything work. Or you can modify everything to make anything work, I don't know.
You can modify most everything to make most everything work.
Yeah, it's just you got to change the focus of the training. Judo is a sport, we can't forget that. It has a specific goal. The goal is to put your opponent flat on his back and then you win.
Flat on the back, win.
But the same thing can be said about boxing. The goal is to only punch with the front of your hand, but you can modify that and you can suddenly have a self-defense system. They're not mutually exclusive. Combat sports are combat. And if you guys are looking for a channel that combines the practicality of combat sports with the reality of self-defense and the fun of traditional martial arts, then please go ahead and subscribe. Your support would really help me out. And once again, Brad, I really want to thank you for making it out, man. I feel like I learned a lot. I hope you guys learned a lot.
I feel like I learned a lot.
All right.
See you guys soon.
See you soon.